Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. This morning we woke up to the news that one of the best-selling products in the skincare world was undergoing an immediate reformulation. I'm talking about this product, the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm, that I know is a holy grail healing balm for quite a few of you guys out there. I know when brands mention reformulations, our minds automatically go to the worst case scenario. We always think it's going to be a negative, but reformulations come in two different kinds. We have those that actually lead to beneficial improvements in the formulation, and those that are seen as a step back. I've done an analysis of the old style formulation that's discontinued as of this week, and the new formulation that's been rolled out, and I've got some thoughts which I want to share with you and break down in today's video, so you guys can make the right decision on whether to continue to reach for the Cicaplast Balm in your own skincare routine. I want you to sit back, relax, as we talk all things La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm. Now, before we get into this video, I would love to know what your thoughts and feelings are towards this product, the old formulation, your thoughts on the new formulation, and everything like that. Let's get that conversation going by sounding off in the comments section below. I'm going to be breaking my thoughts and feelings in this video into various different sections. We're going to look at the old formulation and kind of what it was designed to do for the skin. We're then going to look at comparison to the new formulation and what's changed. And finally, I'll be sharing my thoughts, feelings, and opinions on the new updated formulation and what I think it means in terms of the performance of the product. If you're interested in one section over another, I've left some timestamps in the description box below. Don't be worried, I won't be offended if you want to skip one section of the video. They're all there for your convenience, and all that I ask for in return is that whilst you're down there, you gently caress that like button, because it's a fantastic way of supporting me as a content creator and also helping me to get this message out there. I know brands can sometimes be a little bit sneaky and underhand when it comes to their reformulations, and I want to make sure this message is heard loud and clear, and the best way of helping me to do that is by giving the video a thumbs up and a like, so I really appreciate your love and support so much. Now, I've got quite a lot to say when it comes to this brand's reformulation, so shall we just cut the waffle and delve straight on in? A quick update of what is the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm. Well, very few of you out there won't have heard of this product. It's been around for decades and became like a viral sensation around 4 years ago. Just about everyone was reaching for it for their own skincare routine and loving the results that they got. It was one of the first commercially available products here in the West to harness the power of Centella asiatica. Now, that is an ingredient which has exploded in popularity and is found in just about every single Korean skincare product. However, it was relatively innovative when La Roche-Posay first introduced that to the West, and it instantly calmed and soothed the skin, which is why a lot of people fell in love with this product. Honestly, it was formulated to perfection. It had other calming and soothing ingredients. It also had panthenol, which is a wonderful B vitamin, had some shea butter. It just had kind of everything you needed to restore health to the skin, repair any impaired barrier function that you might have had, and just take down any redness, irritation, and inflammation in the skin. This is definitely a product that I've reached for a lot in my past skincare history. Whenever maybe I would have did it with an active ingredient, maybe I got a little bit too much sun or something had happened to the skin to really irritate it, this was always my go-to. I paused around 2 years ago when I decided to go entirely cruelty-free, because La Roche-Posay are not a cruelty-free brand, and that's something that mattered to me. However, whilst that's a decision I took, it doesn't by any means reflect on this product, which I still think is one of the best healing balms on the market. Now, that used to be the case, but what's changed? Well, La Roche-Posay, in their defence, have actually been super transparent about this reformulation. They've announced it on their social medias, they've done a bit of a press release, and they seem really proud of the way that they've actually transformed the product and kind of, in their view, made it better. They claim that the new formulation actually has a 40% better efficacy when it comes to healing impaired barrier function and protecting the delicate barrier function of the skin in general, which, if true, would be a wonderful addition. It also says it's quicker to act. So whilst I would say that the old formulation was pretty quick, you know, it instantly took down that redness, that irritation, and any dry skin issues that you had. They say that the new version is actually improved and will deliver speedier results. They've also introduced some probiotics which are going to help the microbiome of the skin, which, you know, I think a lot of data is now pointing to increasing significance and importance of that microbiome. So La Roche-Posay say they're kind of following the science and updating their product for kind of like modern consumer demands. Finally, La Roche-Posay say they've worked on the texture a little bit. Anyone that's used the original formulation probably would notice it's a little bit greasy on application. Whilst it does sink in over time, it's not going to be to everyone's preference in terms of the texture of a product. They've added some ingredients which are going to mattify that down ever so slightly, so you still get the hydration, but you get a more matte application, which I think generally people will enjoy that a little bit more. Now, we've talked about what the product used to do, what the brand claims it will do in the future, but let's look at like a compare and contrast in terms of the new ingredients added. Now, La Roche-Posay have made this super easy for me to explain because they've actually not taken away any ingredients. They've taken the original formulation and then just added some ingredients to it. So we're going to keep this super simple. I'm just going to talk about the ingredients they've added and kind kind of how they're going to impact the performance and the feel of the product. First up is the addition of cornstarch. Now, we're probably all familiar with cornstarch. It's something that we use in our cooking and our baking quite frequently, but it's also an ingredient that does make its way into a lot of skincare products. It's used to kind of mattify products down. It works by absorbing some of the excess grease that you might find in a product to give a more smooth application. Anyone that's ever rubbed cornstarch between their fingers know it does have a really nice smoothing effect, and it will definitely make the new formulated product just that little bit easier to apply. There is a slight drawback to this in that cornstarch could actually mop up some of the oils in our skin, and that could lead to a less effective hydration from a newer product versus the older one. Obviously, I haven't been able to get my hands on it and actually try it side by side, so I can't confirm that. But I think if you have a super dry skin type, this might no longer be the product that you reach for and think, oh my god, this is game changing. Whereas I think for every other skin type, you'll probably enjoy it that little bit more because it'll be easy to apply, it'll feel better on the application, and it won't have that greasy residue left behind. They've also added some probiotics. Now, the brand is really focusing down on this addition in their press releases and all the marketing they're doing around this reformulation. And probiotics are super trendy, super popular with consumers at the moment. This isn't just a trend though. A lot of people are really understanding the microbiome of the skin, how it impacts overall skin health. Our skin has a very delicate microbiome, which kind of makes sure that all the good and the bad bacteria are kind of kept in check. And when things become a little bit unbalanced, we can then suffer some significant skin issues. It could also lead to dryness, irritation, and so it kind of, I do think probiotics have a place in healing and barrier supporting balms like this one. It's definitely a step forward, and I struggle to find any negatives to the addition of those probiotics, and they've also put another ingredient that's going to naturally support the body in keeping a good equilibrium with its own microbiome. So it's going to kind of work in two ways, add those probiotics, but also encourage the skin to, keep maximum amount of microbiome action going anyway. And so I think this is a really, really nice addition. Finally, they've added some Centella Asiatica leaf extract. Now, a lot of people might think, well, didn't you just say at the start of this video that it had Centella Asiatica in anyway? Well, it did. It actually used one of the derivatives, madecassoside, which is kind of like the element of that Centella Asiatica that kind of does all the heavy lifting when it comes to calming and soothing the skin and removing any inflammation or irritation. I think, this Centella Asiatica leaf extract isn't going to do any harm to the skin, but I think it's there slightly as a gimmick. Centella Asiatica, super, super popular at the moment, and just about everyone wants to get their hands on this ingredient. So La Roche-Posay know by being a bit more explicit and actually stating Centella Asiatica on that ingredients list, more people are going to buy it. Very few people kind of know that madecassoside is the kind of the active component of that Centella Asiatica doing all the heavy lifting anyway, so it was kind of already in here. I think the addition of that Centella Asiatica leaf extract will have some marginal benefits around calming and soothing the skin, and there aren't really any drawbacks to it, but I do think this is geared towards the marketing more than actually delivering a substantial improvement in terms of the formulation. Just my thoughts, and if you're a huge fan of Centella Asiatica, then obviously this is going to be a huge plus when it comes to the new reformulated product. They have also included a couple of other ingredients that are really just there to help aid the texture and application, and also the stability of the new additions in terms of ingredients that they've added. They're not really going to have any positive or negative impact on the performance or how you're going to enjoy the product, which is why I kind of don't want to bamboozle you with super long scientific names in this section of the video. But I am going to leave a screenshot here of the old formulation versus the new one, so if you wanted to pause, zoom in, it's kind of all there for you to digest. So what are my overall thoughts? Well, unfortunately, the one thing that La Roche-Posay haven't changed in this reformulation is they are not a cruelty-free brand. I thought this would be a great opportunity for them to kind of announce that at the same time as announcing their new reformulation. I quizzed La Roche-Posay on that and said, kind of, where are you at with that? And they said that they've used as many opt-outs and workarounds that the Chinese market will allow to make sure that the vast majority of their products in their collection have no animal testing performed on them, the Cicaplast Baum included. That's because the Chinese authority, which is kind of the last holdout of an authority that demands animal testing, has said we're going to relax it slightly. So certain products, in fact most products bar sunscreens, don't any longer have to be tested on animals in order to prove their safety for sale into the Chinese market. It's a huge step forward. However, La Roche-Posay still do allow their sunscreens to be tested on animals to access the coin and the profit from the Chinese market. So you guys are going to have to make your own mind up when it comes to that. La Roche-Posay definitely not a cruelty-free brand, though they have done as much as the Chinese government would allow to kind of use those opt-outs. I would personally prefer that they just pulled their sunscreens from the Chinese market so they could announce that they're completely cruelty-free and do away with all the unnecessary animal testing. But, I'm not in charge of the brand, that's their take, and I wanted to call that out in this section of the video so you guys, as consumers, can make the right decision for your own ethics, price point, and of course, skincare routine. I've left links in the description box below to where you can purchase the old formulation if you want to stock up before it changes, and also the new formulation which is launched as of today. So whichever you think is going to work best for your skincare routine, it's all linked there if you do want to try or continue to shop this product. I would love to know your own thoughts, feelings and opinions when it comes to this product. Old versus new, what's your preference? Sound off in the comment section below. I just wanted to film this video today to kind of give you a brief update to keep us all informed on what's going on in the skincare world. Wherever you are in that world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.